An investment magnet. Websites engaging in sales of personal data blocked. And Sarawak's International Museum Day 2023 will be grandiose. Those are the headlines for tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mohammad Yusuf, and you're now watching TVS Nightline. We begin with our top story. Sarawak's government policy in promoting green energy and technology has made the state an attractive investment destination for investors. This policy has spurred interest from American companies who wish to explore what Sarawak has to offer.
Chargé d'Affaires of the United States Embassy in Kuala Lumpur, Michael Newbill said, at the moment, the embassy is working together with several American companies that have already been in Sarawak for decades. These companies are involved in multiple industries, especially in oil and gas, from upstream to downstream, in addition to the hospitality and tourism industries. He was speaking at a press conference after the launch of the Young Southeast Asian Leaders Regional Workshop on enhancing digital connectivity for all in Kuching today.
And we're now working together with American companies who are interested in these areas to explore what Sarawak can offer and what we can contribute.
Organized by the U.S. Embassy in Kuala Lumpur, in collaboration with the Sarawak Digital Economic Corporation, or SDEC, and the Center for Governance and Political Studies, CENT-GPS, the program aims to foster conversations and collaborations among ASEAN and Timor-Leste young leaders to tackle digital connectivity challenges. Meanwhile, Sarawak's Deputy Minister of Energy and Environmental Sustainability, Dr. Hazlan Abanghipni said, Sarawak is known for having a natural green technological setup as it is covered with forests, rivers, rains and sunlight to generate solar energy.
And in the current issue of climate change, whereby the whole world is working towards the agenda of reducing carbon emission or decarbonizing, Sarawak is also blessed with all these requirements naturally. And whatever industrial product produced by Sarawak are deemed as green products, because our source of energy is from the green source of energy, which is hydropower and solar.
He added that industrial products produced by Sarawak are deemed as green products because our sources of energy are from green source, which is hydropower and solar.
The Communications and Multimedia Ministry, or KCOM, has issued an order to Internet Service Providers, or ISP, to block the sale of data on an open-source intelligence website. Its Minister Tan Sri Anwar Musa said the action ordering the removal of the website was issued on Sunday following a tweet the same day exposing that personal data of Malaysians was put up on for sale on the website.
On Sunday, a Twitter user that goes by the username Cyber Guardian exposed the existence of the website that allowed a person to be searched by name, address, phone number, MyCard, military ID, or date of birth. Anwar said immediate checks and investigations were conducted by the ministry through the Personal Data Protection Department (JPDP), the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission (MCMC), and Cybersecurity Malaysia on the contents and background of the related website. Additionally, an investigation is currently being jointly conducted by the National Cybersecurity Agency (NACSA), JPDP, CSM, MCMC, the Police, and Bank Negara Malaysia. Anwar said his ministry will continue to monitor and supervise the processing of personal data and commercial transactions to ensure that they comply with the principles under the Personal Data Protection Act 2010 (Act 709). Adding that the security of personal data owned by federal government and state governments will always be ensured by related government agencies and NACSA. Anwar said under Section 130 of Act 709, any offense relating to the sale of personal data is punishable with fines of no more than 500,000 ringgit or no more than 3 years jail or both.
The state government will be hosting a bigger scale celebration of the International Museum Day next year. This follows the success of the Borneo Cultural Museum, or BCM, which has racked up a total of 250,000 patrons since its establishment in March 2022.
Sehingga semalam kita sudah menjangkau jumlah visitation ataupun pelawat-pelawat 250,000 semalam. Itu daripada 9 hari bulan Mac sehingga semalam 250,000. It's a very big number. Tadi duta Amerika pun bila dia pun baru pelawat museum tersebut, dia kata he is very amazed with the museum. Very high standard, international standard. He himself, dia sendiri pun tahu bahawa jumlah visitation sana sehingga semalam 250,000, satu jumlah yang cukup membanggakan. Jadi it's only right the next one apabila kita anjurkan di Sarawak, kita buatkan berskala besar.
Karim spoke during a press conference after the handing over of the state's flag to the museum department delegates to Kelantan in conjunction with the International Museum Day 2022 at Baitul Makmur on Tuesday. For this year's edition, the event is being held in Kota Baru from June 16th to June 25th. The annual event, according to Karim, will also benefit the tourism industry.
Karena kalau 14 ataupun 13 luar negeri di Malaysia tu datang, kalau jumlahnya sampai 30-50 orang satu negeri, hotels will be very happy, the restaurant will be very happy, top spot will be very happy, yang supply souvenirs pun very happy. It's good for the tourism industry.
This year's edition of the event will also mark the first one being held physically after 2 years of holding it virtually. Sarawak will be sending 31 delegates to Kota Baru, led by Chief de Mission Remy Romeo Jamal. During the event, delegates will be involved in various activities such as exhibitions, seminars, competitive sports, and community engagement programs. Right, the traffic committee in Cebu has come out with a pilot project involving 3 schools to curb traffic congestion. Bukit Asik's Assemblyman Joseph Chiang said the schools are SMK Sacred Heart, SK Sacred Heart English, and the Catholic High School.
So a few days ago, we did have a subcommittee meeting, and then we come up with solutions. Okay, we choose these 2 schools as the pilot project, which we are testing for this method with the helps from the traffic and also from the RELA and with the council and with the schools. So we hope that we'll be able to free 2 lanes in front of these 2 schools for more traffic to pass by. So rather than, because of the after school, it jam all the time.
Joseph said that the project plays a vital role in protecting children and stopping devastating casualties by teaching life-saving messages to students and promoting road safety more widely, including to parents and drivers in the area. For instance, Joseph disclosed that they would ensure 2 out of the 5 lanes in front of SMK Sacred Heart would be free to be used by the public passing through the area, while another 3 for parents to pick up their children.
They still insist to park, the car, within these 2 lenses. Because it is unacceptable, of 5 lenses in front of SMK Sacred Heart and only 1 lane left for the traffic to pass through, which is totally unacceptable. It's so selfish. So that's why we made the decision to free out 2 lenses. So I hope that we'll be able to, all the parties, with our council, with the traffic, with the RELA, with the school, and particularly with the parents. operations. I need their operations.
He spoke to reporters after conducting an inspection at SMK Sacred Heart on Monday. The project will be implemented till September, and his team will discuss the situation further to find a long-term solution for the traffic issue. In the same development, Bukit Aceh Assemblyman Joseph Chiang is seeking federal funding to upgrade Jalan Tunku Abdul Rahman, which leads to Cebu Airport. He revealed that he had discussed this with the Senior Works Minister, Dato Sri Fadillah Yusuf, during his recent working visit on the issue of the poor road conditions in the area.
According to him, that in fact government already included into the package of our Palm Borneo second phase initially, but unfortunately with the change of government by PH, they removed this second phase, which including upgrading of what they call is a red line project. So they will they already discussed at the cabinet, and then they are going to bring it back. So it is a very good news for our Cebu people, so that it will be able to upgrade our airport road.
Meanwhile, during a briefing at the Betong interchange near Sri Aman on June 9, Fadillah had said his ministry was currently in the midst of reapplying fund allocations to upgrade existing federal highways or red line connected to the Sarawak-Pan-Borneo Highway. He had explained that the allocation would allow for existing federal highways to match the standards and quality of the Pan-Borneo Highway.
Sarawak is hoping to achieve the target of 12,000 spectators at the Rainforest World Music Festival 2022. State Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Minister Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah said the set target may be lower compared to the previous event held in 2019, which recorded more than 20,000 visitors.
Target kita untuk tahun ini dalam 12,000. We have to be practical. But this year, just like the number of visitors that we are expecting to come to Sarawak. The last 3 years ago was 4.6 million, but this year we are only targeting 1.2 million. So for Rainforest World Music Festival, we are only targeting 12,000 for this year. And so far, we have managed to sell 7,000 tickets.
Abdul Karim added there will be a shuttle bus service to bring festival goers from 3 locations in Kuching.
There will be a shuttle service from 3 points. One is from Merdeka Plaza, the other one is at Riverside, that wing, the new wing, and the other one is at Hill.
He told reporters at a press conference after launching the book Rainforest World Music Festival, A Journey of 25 Years on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Abdul Karim said so far there are 7,000 tickets sold and a last-minute surge from locals is expected. At least 60 participants, including foreign performers, will take the stage at this year's concert. In the Rainforest World Music Festival, A Journey of 25 Years book, Abdul Karim said it documented the festival's growth from humble beginnings with just 300 people in attendance to become a renowned and a sought-after event. The 170-page book is written by Grace C. Geiki, the director of RWMF Co-Event Organizer Place Borneo, and RWMF Content Director Karen Shepherd. Priced at 180 ringgit, it will be available for sale at the concert and on www.placeborneo.com.
To emerge as the champion of the 20th Sukan Malaysia or SUKMA, Sarawak has to win at least 50 gold medals. This is the hope of Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Entrepreneurial Development for the Sarawak contingent during SUKMA slated to take place on September 16th. Even so, Karim disclosed that 50 gold medals is not the official target for the Sarawak athletes.
Sasaran, I'll wait until the handing over of the flags pada masa itu. Baru kita dapat maklum balas yang paling tepat.
As in every SUKMA, Sarawak will be boasting the largest contingent who will be competing in 31 different sports disciplines. The exact number of athletes, Karim said, will be disclosed on a date closer to the event. He also added that the athletes will be involved in an empowerment camp 50 days prior to SUKMA. Coming up right after the break, a 26-year-old youth fined 4,000 ringgit for domestic violence, and famous floating restaurant exits Hong Kong after half a century. Right here on TVS Nightline. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now, the federal government has allocated 1 billion ringgit to repair dilapidated schools in Sarawak. Deputy Education Minister Datuk Muhammad Alamin said so far, 41 dilapidated schools have been restored and repaired through the funds.
Negeri Sarawak ini di bawah program 1 bilion ini banyak projek-projek telah pun dirancang. Yang telah pun dirancang dan terbagi pada 3 fasa. Kalau kita lihat maklumat yang diberikan kepada saya setakat hari ini, di mana fasa 1 kita mempunyai 41 projek dengan kos berjumlah 350 juta ringgit keseluruhan, di mana ianya siap dibina sebanyak 8 buah sekolah termasuk SKNG, dan ongoing yang masih lagi berjalan pembinaannya YB sebanyak 31 buah dan prabina 2 buah. Jadi kawasan YB bertuah kerana dapat juga diperuntukkan projek 1 bilion ini untuk sekolah Anji. Jadi
he was met by reporters after declaring the new building blocks of SK Anchi open in Miri on Tuesday. Back in May, Sarawak Deputy Minister for Education, Innovation and Talent Development, Dr. Anwar Rapai, said a total of 455 schools in Sarawak have been identified as dilapidated from 2017 to 2022. Meanwhile, Alamin said state assemblymen are now allowed to enter school premises and the holding of Parent-Teacher Association meetings is permitted following the lift of the ban by the Ministry of Education.
Our ministry telah membenarkan. We have allowed mana-mana pemimpin, mana-mana YB to enter schools. Okay? And we have allowed masyarakat PIBG to be held in school. Oleh kerana kita berhadapan dengan pandemik baru-baru ini YB, so kita tidak membenarkan mana-mana orang luar masuk di sekolah because of the pandemic. So we know the school is a sensitive area. Jadi kita tak mahu ada penularan COVID-19 waktu itu. Tetapi oleh kerana hari ini COVID-19 sudah semakin pulih, maka kementerian telah buat keputusan untuk membenarkan. Kita buat program masyarakat PIBG, kita benarkan pemimpin masyarakat untuk masuk ke sekolah untuk tujuan membantu sekolah.
A 26-year-old man was fined 4,000 ringgit by the Kuching Magistrates Court for domestic violence as he physically harmed his stepfather and stepbrother. Nigel Shainton pleaded guilty to the charges under Section 323 and Section 326 of the Penal Code for voluntarily causing hurt to another individual. Based on the charges read, the young man had committed the violent act at their family home on Jalan Kuching's Marahan Expressway in Siburan on May 28th at about 8:15 p.m. His 56-year-old stepfather suffered injuries on his back, left leg, and left arm after he was pushed with brute force in their garage. The stepbrother, 19, was punched in his left eye and suffered injuries on his body as well. The physical altercation erupted after the suspect's stepfather attempted to stop him from driving their car without permission. Police were alerted to the incident when Nigel's stepfather lodged a report to the police the next day on May 29th. A former AmBank senior manager, Rosliza Ishaq, testified that she only knew the personal account with the codename M Private Banking MR belonged to Malaysia's former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak when investigations on One Malaysia Development Berhad or 1MDB began. When she took over the customer portfolio of M Private Banking Division from a superior officer, she was not told the details of the account holders. During her cross-examination by Counsel 1 Aizuddin Wan Muhammad at the corruption and money laundering trial, Rosliza said that she was only given a codename of the account holders by her superiors and that the department at the time would prefer not to have their customers' identity revealed to anyone, including bank officers. Earlier in her witness statement, Rosliza said she had changed over 45 million ringgit in 6 transactions between June 23rd and December 19th in 2014 after receiving orders from a former AmBank relationship manager, Joanna Yu. She said once the client agreed with the exchange rate given, Yu's instruction to Rosliza is to execute the foreign exchange order and handled all transactions by using the codenames given to her. Yu is currently an important witness in the breach of trust, money laundering and abuse of position involving SRC International Sendirian Berhad funds against Najib. Thank you for staying with us. Now, Hong Kong's jumbo floating restaurant was towed out of its home of more than half a century. The iconic restaurant, a famed but aging tourist attraction, was featured in multiple Cantonese and Hollywood films and drew visitors from Queen Elizabeth II to Tom Cruise.
The landmark, which resembles a Chinese imperial palace and measures 76 meters long, set out shortly before noon from the southern Hong Kong island. Many people flocked to Aberdeen Harbour to take photos and bid farewell to the landmark for the final time.
我會覺得好可惜嘅，因為始終係一個共同嘅回憶啦。咁細個屋企人會帶我嚟食過嘢，咁即使嚟過一次咧， 都會覺得好深刻嘅，因為喺香港冇其他嘅船上面可以咁 grand， 即係食到飯咁樣，咁所以係好深刻嘅一個回憶，同埋我覺得好可惜就係香港嘅好珍貴嘅嘢。
The lavish restaurant's operators cited the COVID-19 pandemic as the reason for finally closing its doors in March 2020 after a decade of financial problems. Restaurant owner Melco International Development announced last month that Jumbo would leave Hong Kong and await a new operator at an undisclosed location. Opened in 1976 by the late casino tycoon Stanley Ho, the Jumbo floating restaurant embodied the height of luxury and reportedly cost over $3.8 million to build. The restaurant was kept afloat by Hong Kong's booming tourism industry, but its popularity had faded in recent years, even before the coronavirus hit.
With fuel price inflation causing such alarm in South Africa that the government and central bank have been taking action to soften the impact on consumers, Fazile Dlamini proposes an alternative solution, a three-wheel electric scooter.
Dlamini is the founder and CEO of Green Scooter, which sells and leases the scooters and also provides so-called last-mile home delivery services to small businesses such as fast food outlets in Johannesburg's township. The scooters, which resemble tuk-tuks with a stylized design of curved lines, are manufactured locally with a Swedish firm acting as a technical partner.
Green Scooter started off as an idea back in 2015. The whole purpose of it, when I identified the problem, it was through what I call now divine intervention. It was solving the issue of first mile, last mile transportation in South Africa. And, well, not only South Africa, but Africa as a whole.
Petrol and diesel prices have gone up by a third in South Africa in the past 12 months and are forecast to accelerate further, prompting the Treasury to extend cuts in fuel levies and the central bank to raise interest rates. Meanwhile, Green Scooter has sold or leased 60 vehicles since it launched in 2018, and the pace has accelerated in recent months as fuel prices have soared. His target was to reach 160 units by November. The scooters can be charged from ordinary electric sockets, which Dlamini says makes them a practical as well as an environmentally friendly alternative to the motorbikes commonly used by other last-mile delivery operators.
Now, Gendang Raya is a ritualistic music of the Iban community that is part of their culture. However, as time changes and more Iban people are converting to Christianity, how can the tradition continue to be preserved? On Sejahtera Asia tomorrow, hosts Alexan and Sharon will be talking to film director Sidney Atin about his documentary that serves to preserve the forgotten tradition at 7:30 a.m. only on TVS Astro Channel 122 and My Freeview. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates, both locally and internationally, just a click away by heading on to our website at www.tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. That's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Muhammad Yusuf. Thank you for watching and good night.